Powerful command bars. Let's dive into how you can use the command bar inside of Akiflow and really take advantage of fast capture abilities across all of the different ways that you capture tasks with Akiflow. So let's dive into today's video. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Akiflow. It's great to have them back as a sponsor. You can check them out in the link in the description. For those who don't know what they are, they're a task management application that helps to consolidate lots of different task managers in one application and combines it with a powerful calendar and other abilities. Now you can find our video about how to connect Notion to it, and you'll find that linked in the description. So hopefully you find that one below. So here we are with Akiflow, and one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to press Option Space on Mac. Now you can see that I've got one of my tasks already selected. What it will do is it will pick the task you're already working on. If you're looking to save a bit of time, you can go ahead and just start planning, snoozing it, set deadlines, marking it's done, assigning a label, and lots more. So it's really fast for being able to do something that you have selected inside of your Akiflow account. Now, one of the things that you can do is plan it or reorganize it, and you can use natural language input to change the date. So in this case, I might say Tom at 10 a.m., which is tomorrow at 10 a.m. And as you can see, it's just moved that Notion item over to the next day. Now, one of the things that you may not know is that Akiflow has lots of keyboard commands. So if I went and pressed H over the top of something, it would add it as a goal for the day. But in this case, I've removed it as a goal for the day. So you can use keyboard commands over the top of tasks that you've selected inside of your Akiflow account. Now, if I bring the command bar up again, you can see that it's selected the one that I'm working on. But in this case, I'm going to create a brand new task called Create Report. And I can add a task or an event. Now, an event will help to consolidate that in my calendar and help make it organized, but a task will live inside of Akiflow. So if I go ahead and create a brand new task, obviously the task is created pretty instantly and I can start interacting with it. I can see the details there, but nothing really got added in terms of details. So let's go back to this view. Let's press Space and Option. And I'm going to go ahead and create another report, but I'm going to call it Create Report 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Option Enter. Now I can enter this more traditional setup if I want to, in terms of saving me time in being able to add all of the details here. But I can also do this. So if I type in Create Report, I can also use equals 45 minutes. So you can use equals as a way to indicate time. You can use priority as a way to establish a helpful priority. You can see that this task is coming up medium. I can also hashtag a label. So I might put this in my bento box for the day. And I can invite a guest by pressing @ or adding a description. So in this case, explain how the latest figures played against sales. It's something I'm making up on the spot. So if I wanted to edit that again, I could press Option Enter. But if I'm just happy with that task, I can press Enter. Now what will happen is this will be created inside of my inbox. Now I didn't actually give it a date. I can if I want to. Let me show you how that's done. So I can go here and I can actually plan it in for next weekend, and I will be able to find that in my future dates inside of Akiflow. Let me show you how to go about creating that when you're inside of this view. So let's say I created a new one. I can quickly add that to tomorrow at 2 p.m. and add all of the stuff that I had before really easily. And you can see I've entered that all really easily, and now it's selected inside of my task for the next day, which is really helpful, and it even appears inside of my calendar. Now I've actually set this in my Google Calendar so that whenever a task is created and added to the calendar, it allows it to be blocked as busy in my Google Calendar. You can create that in settings, and that's a really helpful way just to save yourself a bit of time. So this is a really much more effective way to start planning, and you can do it with any of your Notion tasks as well, which is helpful because you can naturally add stuff like if I added H, I can set that as my goal for the day. If I pressed E on a certain task, I can mark it as done inside of my Akiflow account, but it depends on your settings in Notion. That's why you have to watch the other video if you fancy learning about that. But a very interesting way that I can use this to be able to plot out my day. And for example, I can do the same for events. So if I said create report, I'm just creating lots of different reports. I can create report instantaneously from here. So I can move that about as if it was an event in my Google Calendar, and I can delete it if I did want to as well, which is helpful. So using the command bar can save you a bunch of time, and if you learn it, it's one of those things that will pay back in time with quickly adding and quickly taking away stuff. So I hope you found this video helpful in diving into Akiflow's command bar. We'll have more videos about Akiflow very soon, so if you want to check it out below, you can find the link in the description. Thank you very much, folks, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Cheerio.